Hey there, and welcome. So, have you ever felt like the more stressed out you get, the tighter your jeans feel? Yeah, it's not just in your head. Today, we are going to untangle that super messy, super frustrating connection between stress and your weight. Okay, let's get into it. So, here's the big question, right? If our bodies are supposed to be these amazing, smart machines, why is our response to stress so, well, messy, especially when it comes to our health? Turns out the answer is all about a huge mismatch between our ancient programming and, right now. And this slide, it just perfectly captures the problem. Our brains are hardwired with this ancient, life-saving fight-or-flight response. It was designed for really short, really intense threats, like an actual bear chasing you. But today, that exact same system is being fired up constantly by things that aren't going to kill us, like a never-ending flood of emails. And that constant on switch, that's where all the trouble really starts. Which brings us to our first major suspect in this school story. It's a hormone that's supposed to help us, but it turns into a sneaky saboteur when it just won't leave. Let's talk about cortisol. The easiest way to think about cortisol is like your body's built-in alarm system. So when your brain senses a threat, again, picture that bear, it smashes the panic button and boom, cortisol gets released. It's supposed to give you this quick jolt of energy so you can survive. For short-term crisis, it's absolutely brilliant. But what happens when the threat is just having way too many emails? Well, that alarm never really shuts off, and that's what we call chronic stress. So instead of that helpful little burst, cortisol just kind of hangs around in your system all day, every day. And here is where the sabotage really kicks in. Because that lingering cortisol, it does two things you definitely don't want. First, it cranks up your cravings for really fatty, sugary foods. Our sources called this the snack monster, and suddenly you want all the donuts. And second, it basically tells your body, hey, let's start storing fat and let's put it right around the belly. I mean, how rude is that? Okay, so that's the biology of it, but cortisol doesn't work alone. It has a partner in crime. Let's move on to culprit number 2, which is the all too familiar emotional eating trap. Come on, we've all been here. You've had a brutal day, and what do you reach for? A bag of chips? A pint of ice cream? You're not actually trying to refuel your body. You're just trying to soothe a bad feeling. And let's be real, our go-to comfort foods are almost never a kale salad. This quote from the source material just hits the nail on the head. It says it all, right? You're not actually hungry. You just want to feel better, even if that feeling only lasts for 5 minutes. It's not about nutrition. It's about a quick escape. But here's the catch. That 5 minutes of relief, it often comes with a price tag. It can become this ritual that leads you straight into a guilt spiral, which, of course, just piles on more stress. It is a really tough cycle to break out of. All right, so we have got the stress hormone that makes you crave junk food, and we've got the emotional reasons you reach for it. But believe it or not, there is a third critical piece to this whole puzzle, and it happens after you turn out the lights. Of course it doesn't. I mean, how many times have you just laid there in bed, staring at the ceiling, replaying some awkward conversation, or worrying about your to-do list for tomorrow? All that stress totally messes with your sleep. And when you don't get quality sleep, all hell breaks loose with your hunger hormones. Okay, so to get what happens next, you need to meet 2 key hormones. Think of them as a team. You've got ghrelin, that's the go hormone. It's the one that screams, I'm hungry, feed me. Then you've got leptin, that's the stop hormone. It tells your brain, okay, we're good, you can stop eating now. So when you're sleep deprived from all that stress, your body makes more ghrelin and less leptin. Your go signal is basically stuck on full blast, while the stop signal is barely a whisper. And the result? You feel starving all day. And even after you eat a big meal, you just might not get that satisfying feeling of actually being full. So there you have it, our 3 culprits: a rogue stress hormone, an emotional trap, and a hormonal mix-up because you can't sleep. Now let's connect all these messy links and see how they create the perfect storm. And when you lay it all out like this, you can really see the vicious cycle, can't you? It's not just one thing, it's how they all feed off each other. The cortisol makes you crave junk. Then you eat that junk for some temporary emotional comfort. That same stress keeps you up at night, which then throws your hunger signals into total chaos, making you even hungrier the next day. It's just a powerful, self-perpetuating loop. So we end up right back where we started, but now with a totally new perspective. Our bodies are running on ancient software in a very modern world.
And I think the real question we're left with is this. Knowing this response isn't just going to disappear, how can we learn to navigate it? How do we work with our biology instead of constantly feeling like we're fighting against it? Now that's the real challenge.